All right, good morning. So I want to talk about a project, guys. I want to talk to you about NFTs for Freedom. I'm sorry my voice is a little bit hoarse. I do have a cold. I am here in Laos, by the way, in Luang Nangta today. And so you're going to hear lots of fun noises. Just imagine you're here in the subtropics with me and just relaxing on these little wicker chairs that we have here. And let's talk about NFTs for Freedom. So I joined a project called NFTs for Freedom, and you guys know that already because I hashtag it all the time, hashtag NFTs for Freedom. I've hosted NFTs for Freedom giveaways, some spaces for them, with like 200 plus people, and it's a lot of fun. But the reason I'm doing all of that is I wanted to try to help the community. I really feel that if we believe in this idea of WAGMI, that we're all going to make it, then it has to be done through community-driven projects. We can't do it by ourselves. I mean, if I sell something, yeah, I can use some of that money to buy the people's work, but that is not the artist buying artists is not a long-term viable solution. We need to create an ecosystem, right, where we can function as a team, like a DAO or a project like NFTs for Freedom, where the money is being used in a way that can benefit the community. So here's what Steve has explained to me, and if I get anything wrong, don't shoot me. Just look at the website and get it right, okay? Because my memory's not always the greatest. But what Steve explained to me is that when that money comes in, they'll do payouts at different times to the different artists and marketing people and everyone that's involved. So everyone that's been participating in this project will benefit from it financially or through exposure, whatever they've signed up for. I'm not sure everyone's contract. I haven't read them. I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. I'm an artist. But what I've done personally is I've submitted a piece of my artwork to be attached to the NFT token. So if you buy into the project, once it sells out, the tokens will get a big reveal, and everyone will be able to see whose art or whose poetry is on their token. So it's kind of like an added perk for the token. So the actual reason to buy it, though, is you're buying it as an access pass. Owning a token gives you access to like virtual events and future live events. Now, I haven't talked about Steve much, but Steve Ryan is the guy that created this project. He's an actor, he's a singer. I think he was in a book, and go check out his website. He's got a big career. I can't recite all that. He's fully doxed though, so you can just do your own research and read that. But most important in all of this that I just named off is he's actually a nice guy. And he's really trying to do his best to try to help people and create a project that he thinks can help the community for the long term. So the idea is that people that hold these tokens will have future benefits. And he's talked to me about a lot of the cool stuff that he wants to try to do. And I think they're great ideas. And we've bounced off so many different ideas. I can't reveal them to you right now. Just know that I think they're pretty cool. And the reason I can't share them is because Steve says he doesn't want to put them out there until he's 100% confirmed that that's what we're going to do. Because it is a community project and directions may change. But I think it's on the right track. I think it's a cool idea, and I would really encourage you to look into it, because there's two things that I wanted to mention. One was that WAGMI, right? Like that if we're all going to make it, we should work together on these kind of collaborative projects. The other one was doing away with FOMO. FOMO is this idea where we're trying to get that impulse buy because you're scared that if you don't buy it now, you're going to miss out in the future. Is that really fair? Because I didn't know about the project, I can't now be part of it. And I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of FOMO also. I do know that it can sell some items, and I see a lot of these projects using FOMO, but they're looking for that quick flip. It's not a long-term thing for most of these projects. And if you do the research, I think it was Gary Vee that said that, and I'm sorry, Gary, if I'm quoting you wrong here, but he said 90% of NFT projects at some point, sorry, whatever bird that was singing the song of his people. It was intense. I think what he said though was that 90% of NFT projects, they're like PFP projects, the value will eventually go to zero. So you buy into these projects for the long term in the hopes that you can hit one that's going to be a long-term success. And that's the goal here. So if you're just doing FOMO, that's the idea, is that they're going to buy it now because they want to flip it to get that money. So if you do away with FOMO, the people that are going to be potentially investing in your project are people that are invested in it for the long term. And that's the idea by not saying, you have to buy now, Now, the other part about that is we want you to do your research. We want you to really look at the website, look at what they're offering, go to the spaces, see if you like the community and you want to be part of it. And if you do, there you go. Now, the other thing that I wanted to touch base on, FOMO, is the philosophical side of it. As an artist, when I create art, I'm not creating art to instill fear. I know some art, dark art, has that goal. The majority of my art is not dark art. I do some on occasion, but the most of my art, the goal of it is not to instill fear. It's not to instill anxiety in people. It's to tell a story. My art has stories, and there are already different various emotions you can experience by looking at them, but the goal has always been a story. Even if it's a flower, that flower has the meaning to me, and I'm trying to create a story with it. And I love flowers. For example, I made one recently. It was an ink painting of a cosmos flower with a bee. There was a true story behind that. Those cosmos seeds I had planted, because I know someone that's very dear to me loved cosmos, and I was creating something special for them. And I was trying to encapsulate that patience of waiting for something to bloom, to then share it with someone, to have a shared joy, and to express my longing to see them again. So there was a full story in just a simple flower painting. And that is what art should do, right? So even if we're buying this NFT token as an access pass, there's still going to be art and poetry on it. And we don't want fear to replace the beauty or the story that's being told there. I never want FOMO to overshadow what I as an artist am trying to convey to the world. So I'm going to say that again. I never want fear to replace what I as an artist am trying to convey to the world. Okay? Now, with that said, I hope you take the time to look at this project, because you have time. There's no rush. We're not, well, you have to buy now. Research it. See if you want to be part of it. See if you like that community. If you want to, please join us, because by being part of us as a community, we're going to try to give you future benefits in the future. And if this is successful, which I believe it will be, but when this is successful, that money is then going to be used for the next project to help even more people in the community. And it's through projects like this that we can all make it. So that's kind of my endorsement for this project. I wanted to share my feelings about it and why I decided to get on board with it. And I hope that if you buy into it, that you get my art on your token, because I think that would be cool. Unless there's only one of them, and I hope that it's on the token that I bought. But I should mention that the artists that submitted their artwork, it's going to be generative. So for example, you have different rarity schedules. So maybe mine is going to be on like 10 tokens. Maybe mine is going to be on 1,000 tokens. There's going to be different rarities of people's artwork. So I don't know how many it's going to be. So it's like, do you want to be the rarest and have just one? Or do you want to be the most popular so you can be in so many people's wallets? It's hard to decide there, right? Part of me wants to be in a lot of people's wallets, but we'll see what happens. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed my take on it. Please do your own research. Please look at the project, and if you have questions about minting to get access to it, let me know. I can help you there. In fact, I might do a video on how to do that in the future. And if you have other questions, please check us out on Twitter. I do have a Twitter, and we have Discords too. There's an NFTsForFreedom Discord. You can also hit me up on my Discord. So we appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great day. Thank you. Oh, I always forget this. Please like, share, subscribe, add alerts, all that kind of silly stuff that people always say. All right, guys. Have a great day.